was when I said
It's one of these guys. Hey Jamie, how are you? Hey honey, how you doing, baby? Oh, hey girl. Another dog next to you, Daisy. You party? Keep an eye on the van, hon. My girl, hon. Hey Norma. How you doing? Excuse me, hon. Down here partying, Standish, Michigan. Not for long though. What are you doing, Peppy? Good job protecting the truck. Good job, buddy. Oh, thank you, Norma. I wish you'd pray that a guy that was on the machine I wanted to play would leave. Put that to good use. Appreciate it. Partying. Thank you, appreciate it. They're not gonna get me tonight. I'll come back for another night. But I got to take a nice drive on a humid, warm night. You know, Norma, in the Bible they talk about gambling. Did you know that? Where they cast lots. Yeah, I want to party. Yeah, I'd like to. Norma, while you're at it, pray that I don't crack a deer or run over a young animal trying to get something to eat, or with babies, because this is a heavily populated area of wildlife. I'm going back home, Anthony. How you doing? Where you at? What are you doing? I was down here in Standish. Yeah, I'm heading back home. I came down here to gamble. I was going to try and win a bunch of money so I could buy you a new car. What time did you guys get back, Anthony? This looks like one of those areas where you just drive it around, you just come up and there's a bunch of ambulances and cars, and here somebody ran a stop sign out in the middle of nowhere. You wouldn't think it'd be possible they'd meet at the same time in the same place, but it happens. Oh yeah, well, it rained all the way down to Sterling, and then it quit raining, and then it started up again. Now it's not raining. We need the rain though. Did Ted go to bed yet? Did you have a good time out there this weekend? How about when you went out to eat? Did you have to wait in line and stuff? Oh, good for you. Well, you got lucky. Anthony, you're 21 now. I can bring you down here gambling. Oh, did it, Norma? Yeah, you know, I've been trying to get a good storm on video since early March. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I try to. I almost ran over a possum last time with babies. Oh yeah, I've been through a few hurricanes. I'd rather go through a hurricane than a tornado. I love that bad weather. I was on a cruise ship one time, and it wasn't a hurricane, but it was a big-time tropical storm, man. Other than getting sick, it was great. I'd pay extra for it. I've been out west a few times where they just got like 26 inches of snow at one time. It happened to me one time in northern Michigan too, Copper Harbor. One time at Wall Drug Store in South Dakota. There's so much snow that there's no way they can plow it quick enough, so they just shut down the whole expressway. Oh yeah, that's right. That's like that down here, Annie. Yeah. Two reasons: they've produced offspring, and they're hungry. They're hungry. So I try not to run over them if I can. We're gloom and doom. Sorry for any technical difficulties, Ollie. Please try again later. Hit your refresh button. Oh, that bad, huh? Wow. You ought to get a rain gauge, Norma. It's kind of fun to keep track of that. Oh, how were those chicken wings, Anthony? What'd you think of them? Oh, 2 inches? Oh, okay. You ever look at some of those flash floods like crazy? Hey Jeff, how you doing? Not too many places open this time of night. This is like a terrible intersection here. You can't see it all. Yeah, Wall Drugs. You ever been out there, South Dakota? Wall Drugs, kind of a famous place. It's kind of cool. Hey Patricia, how you doing? See, here's a deer just got nailed. Yeah, Wall Drugs, yeah. That's a cool place. It's crazy. It's still a long ways back from normal. Like I went into Walmart tonight and got a few things, and this, it's not like it's 4th of July, and you wouldn't believe the empty shelves. Yeah, I could tell you some really good places. Did you ever get up to Banff or Jasper in Canada, Northwest? And on the Canadian side of Glacier National Park, man, you'd think you were in Switzerland. Yeah, but this area isn't really like that, it's not really a destination. And the forest's 2 weeks away. Yeah, I love Alberta. Just on the Canadian side, right across the border from the United States, it's really fun to go out there in the fall when they have these big, huge 10,000 acre farms and stuff, and you see all these big night long with the dust, and it's coming up around the headlights, just going to these little towns. It's fun. Yeah, I like Alberta. Oh, did you really? Yeah, I don't blame you. It's hard to tell. Usually I don't get too much buffering here, but it looks pretty good on my end. Oh, a smiley face, okay. Now, you know what happened? I'm not going to set myself up for a bad time, so I get down there. I did this to myself last time. Somebody's playing on the machine I like. So I go to a machine. I don't like these new electronic machines that much. I mean, they're all electronic, all sorts of bells and whistles. So I went and played another machine that I didn't know anything about. Not that there's any method to the madness winning. Ended up having a bad time. Well, tonight I went over to my favorite machine, and he's one of these guys that's playing two machines at the same time, and he's got like 3,000 credits on each of them. So I kind of walked around for an hour, but I wasn't going to set myself up to do what I did last time, go to something I'm unfamiliar with, not be having that much fun. So I thought, I'm going to give this guy 10 more minutes, and if he's still on there, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm heading back to West Branch, so that's what happened. It's weird too, because the machine I play is an old school one, and they've got all the new machines where like they're 10 feet tall, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy. I don't really like those that much, and it's odd that a young person would play an old guy's machine like mine. Like I said, the one I play looks like it ought to be in the Smithsonian, but he was playing two machines at once. Yeah, no, I saw the penny machine. It's just not any fun for me. Yeah, I just can't do that, you know. Yeah, they had a machine like the one I like. See what I do? I play on one where you can change the denominations, quarter, 50 cents, and a dollar. So when I'm feeling lucky, I hit max coins for the dollar. I get like 20 spins, and I don't even get a cherry. I hit the max for a dollar. So I'm always switching the denomination up. I know it's stupid, but it's more fun that way. You know, there were some young people playing on the penny machine. I think what happens sometimes is you lose your ass, and you know, down there with a couple friends, and you realize that I want to be around a while, so they play the penny machine. But what you notice on the penny machine, everybody's, for the most part, playing the max spin all the time. You know, so you're probably, you know, there's a graph that's pretty linear on the statistics for the denomination, and the higher dollar amount you go, there is a better chance of doing better. So in theory, the penny's the worst one out there. Oh, I played them a lot. Yeah, yeah. I like double diamond, triple diamond. That's it. I don't like any of the other ones. I'm sure that it's all the same damn thing. They just make different games out of them. You know, whether it's grapes or oranges or double diamonds. But when I first went to a casino like 20 years ago, and I just started playing the double diamond, and I like it. I like it because you can still get a pretty good hit without getting the main triple diamond. Like I've had double diamond 7, which is like a pretty good hit. As opposed to like either you hit them all or you don't get anything, you know, like sizzling 7, stuff like that. They're kind of boring to me. Yeah, so I just go with the double and triple diamond. They had some electronic triple and double diamonds, but you know, they're all new, and it's not like that mechanical noise when they're spinning around. It's just not fun for me. I know it's stupid, but and the unfortunate thing at this particular casino, they only have one double triple diamond with a old school machine. So if it's being played, particularly like a guy like tonight, I'm kind of screwed. Oh, okay, yeah. I played Wheel of Fortune. That's kind of fun. Once in a while. I don't like progressives either. They just don't interest me. And then if you look at the triple and double diamond, what's kind of cool about them is, you know, you're not going to be, the top prize isn't that great, but you win and it's a fun feeling. You know what I mean? And it's one that you can play a while. Yeah, well, I had a friend of mine that liked Wild Cherry. She likes sizzling 7s. Yeah, Faye, at that casino you go to, they have the triple and double diamond. And I don't like the double and triple diamond where it clicks down after it stops. It's got that arrow on the diamonds. I don't like those either. And I don't like those triple and double diamonds where you can play multiple lines. I don't like that either. I like just red gold, triple and double diamond, old school machine. Yeah, it's kind of fun, you know. It's the anticipation of winning. When you play a machine that you've been around a while, you know before in that millisecond that this is a good hit. Or the one I lost my ass on last time. Win these big crazy and stuff at these kind of casinos. Las Vegas. I never had any luck out. Well, I'll tell you, you know, I lived downtown Chicago for almost 13 years, and I don't miss it at all. And I haven't lived there in 10 years. So tonight I just went on the internet for the... And man, it's unbelievable how it's changed. most of the restaurants that I went to are closed. Not even there anymore. Yeah, I think I was just in a bad area for a second. Yeah. Daisy's sleeping on my leg. She sleeps on my leg at night. Look at that guy's going the opposite way of a hospital in an ambulance. I love these kind of nights like this, misty, warm. It's like probably 80, kind of foggy. Yeah, I know what you mean. Hey Jeannie, how are you? Yeah, I think it is. I like this open, like not much traffic, out in the middle of nowhere. Hey Christine, how you doing? Hey Don. How'd your picnic go today, Christine? Yeah, we got that fire. Daisy doesn't like fireworks. You can only do them like the day before 4th of July, up to midnight the day of the 4th of July, and that's it. I may end up going someplace if it looks like it's going to be a problem where I live, because it just started noticing this last year. You can't comfort her either. Pretty good. I just went down to gamble, but there was some guy in the machine that I wanted to play, and he has zillion credits, and he was playing two machines at the same time. So it didn't look like he was going to be quitting anytime soon. Oh, good for you. Had fun, huh? Did you get nailed with some rain or not? Hey, Georgia. Yeah, fireworks. They just set one of those things up in the old bar that went out of business parking lot. I honestly, old now, so I hate fireworks. But when I was young, we had them all, the good ones too. M80s, cherry bombs, lady fingers. Oh, good for you. Yeah, I thought it was a nice day today. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. When I was young, we could go over to Windsor, and we had to go to Toledo, Ohio, to get cherry bombs and M80s. I don't even think you can get them anymore. I bought some from a guy about 6 years ago, just because I knew a guy that I know liked them. But I don't know if they're available anymore. It's amazing I still have all my fingers. Nah, we went through some big dry spells. Big time. You look at that crazy heat they're getting out in the West Coast. I bet they're going to be getting nailed with these fires out there. Just gets dry, lightning strikes. Can you get M80s and cherry bombs out there? Oh, no kidding, huh? The real ones are like imposters. Oh, good for you. Now, where do you live now, MJ? Where do you live now? Oh, you like that, Christine? Good for you. When I was in Chicago, when I moved there in '98, there was a girl I knew, and she was in a relationship with this guy, and they were always fooling around on each other. And she was full of shit. Her dad was a doctor, kind of lived a pretty good life. Anyway, they own a restaurant down there. And I looked her up tonight, and she's a pretty personable, nice person. And the restaurant did okay, not great. And I see they were going to go out of business because of COVID, and they did a GoFundMe. They needed 50 grand and not get evicted. And I see that customers came up with about $46,000, which I thought was a cool thing to do. She's a really sweet lady, and she just posted the other day that all the restrictions have been lifted in Chicago. So I wish the best for her, but I was just kind of surprised she's still down there. Oh, that'd be cool, Christine. Yeah, tomorrow, what do I got to do tomorrow? When are you working again? Oh, bonfire, that'd be fun. Oh, okay. Now you live down near Gladwin, don't you? I think I do have it. I don't think I have your address. Oh, that's too bad, Michelle. That's nice that people come through that way. I like to see that. Pretty good doing. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool, Christine. I like going out to Las Vegas. I'm going to go out there this fall. There's a guy that comes on here a lot. He lives out there. I like getting lost in Las Vegas. Just drifting around, not knowing anybody. Staying up late. I only like it if it's like it used to be. Oh, okay, Christine. All right, thanks. Oh, okay, that'd be cool. After I got done cooking that stuff on the grill, I cooked Thor's sirloin burgers because I wanted to have them, even though I wasn't hungry. I didn't want to waste the charcoal. Oh, okay, Christine. I don't think I have that address. Oh, ribeyes, good for you. Yeah, my wife's girlfriend, husband committed suicide, and just last year the son committed suicide. And she's a really nice lady. But you just think of that. Just think if she hadn't have met that guy, where she may be today. totally different situation, different husband, different kids. Instead, she's just alone, and this really bothers her. Of course with the husband, but really big time with the son. Yeah, I know. Yep. And it wasn't like drug addiction or anything either. Oh, thank you, George. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Yeah, it's too bad, really. It's actually, I'm going to do some PI work for her. It happened in California, and it's kind of like a Casey Anthony thing. There's just enough fruitcakes in the mix, and I think she wants peace of mind, and I'm hoping that I can get people to talk to me on the phone, because legally I can't do work out there. Yeah, depression, yeah, yep. Believe me, I know the feeling. That's one thing that, it's just like drowning. The media makes it look like there's one reason that people drown, and they flail in the water and they scream and their arm's sticking up, and then the arm goes under and they drown. It's not like that. It's usually a silent drowning. And with depression, it's the same thing. Nobody wants to spend a lot of time researching just why this person died, because they're dead. There's nothing in it for anybody. But if you do a lot of reading, you'll realize, like in my case, mine was depression, but it wasn't because of loneliness or people didn't love me or any of that kind of corny shit. Mine was just looking into the future and not wanting to do it. I had every toy I wanted and had good relationships and had a good wife and nice material things, and I just didn't want that anymore. And I thought, man, I just can't do this for 20 more years, this circus. Yeah, it is a horrific way to die. Yeah, it sure is. Yeah. So there's lots of reasons people do it. Finance. They got caught in a criminal charge. They're lonely. They blew all their money on a roulette spin. They got HIV. They got a terminal cancer diagnosis. And I've read accounts where people had promised themselves when they got into their 60s they were going to kill themselves, and they weren't depressed at all. They were single people that didn't want to navigate getting old into their 70s and 80s. So, there's a lot of reasons people do it. All you know is that they did it, and that's all you usually hear about. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it sure is. Yep. Yeah, really weird. And there's people. I was just down about maybe 2 months ago. I was down in Monroe, and I'm taking pictures. And a lot of times, if I have that big lens, people want to talk, right? So a guy came up to me and he said, "Wow, it's quite a lens." And we get talking. Long story short, he's my age. He knew a lot of people I did, because I took flying lessons down there, and I went to a junior college. So I knew a lot of people, and we were the same age. And he was a sheriff's deputy. And he was on his second marriage. They'd been married about 10 years, and he described their marriage as wonderful. She was a nurse, and he said everything was great. They'd take trips and whatever. And 2.5 years ago, he came home. She wasn't inside, and the TV was on. And he walked out in the back, and she had shot herself in the head with his retirement service revolver. They had a ceremony and gave this guy this service revolver. No suicide note, no medical problems, no skeletons came out of the closet later. So you just never know. And I didn't tell him this, but I wondered if it was just like she was just unhappy and maybe she just didn't want to be married. I'm just speculating, right? And that was, in her eyes, you paint yourself into a corner where there's no way out. And when you're depressed, the notion of telling someone that you don't want to be with them anymore when they're a great person and it has nothing to do with them, it has something to do with you. When you're in a deep depression, that makes sense to me. I don't agree with it. I hope it doesn't happen anymore, but I kind of get it. And actually, Bonnie Leigh Rafco, the Miss America, is a nurse down there that's running the Survivors of Suicide program, and he said she's a real sweetheart. Yeah, or didn't want to hurt him. Yeah, you just don't know. He seemed like a nice guy, but you know this. Unless you live with somebody, you don't really know what they're into. You look at these elaborate schemes these crazy people do to kill their spouses, and you say to yourself, why in the hell didn't you just get divorced? Because that's not even an option for them. You know, they're not going to go through all this bullshit. And they do these crazy things. But when you look at how they lay out these plans and all the trouble you go to, and you think, my God, man. I mean, chopping them up into little pieces and stuff, and it's just crazy. And a lot of these people are like professionals, good jobs. Because they're nuts, yeah, right. Yeah, this guy's, he's seeing, you never know. You never know. This guy seems to be doing all right, but I'll never know. But I wish the best for him. I mean, they say it's the ultimate selfish act. I don't agree with that either. If she would have had another way of handling that, she would have. Yeah, Chris Wants, what a nut job. That happened a couple times when I was living in Chicago, kind of around there. These crazy wacko nut jobs just killing their wife and kids. Look at that crazy Scott Peterson, Jodi Arias, Casey Anthony. Just be glad you never met any of these people. Bobbitt. Right, yep, it's true. No, I don't agree with it either. I think, man, if this world has come down to the point where you can't decide to live or die on your own merits, I mean, and you're staying alive for somebody else, that's just stupid. Now, I do understand having kids, and I'm talking about as an example, just as a single person. Your parents are going to miss you, and what about your cat, and who's going to feed the birds? It's just so hallmarky hokey. Unless you've suffered from severe depression, you just want to tell these people you have no idea what you're talking about. Hey, Penny, yep, same thing. Yeah, it's true. You're right, yep. So see, I could have set myself to go up there like I did last time, go to some machine, lose my $100, be pissed off, never got to play what I wanted. But this time I headed it off at the pass. My Wellbutrin kicked in and said, hey, dumb motherfucker, get out of here before you get into another tailspin over just losing $100 at a machine you weren't familiar with. You're nuts. Get in the car and leave. So I did. I listened to my inner psyche. Dr. Phil would be so proud of me tonight. I'm in a pretty good mood. And I could have been in a really bad mood over stupid shit like that. You know what I mean? But that's how it works. Hey, Jeff. Oh, sorry about that, Letha. Yeah, it does hurt the ones you left behind, Oh, is it Christine? Wow. Yeah, Kanika Jenkins. I don't know too much about that case. Yeah, I really don't. I still got my $100 too. Sorry, I hit the button when I was unplugging it. So there you have it. I didn't want to go to bed that early. So it worked out. Not how I thought it was gonna, but I'm not pissed off. That's worth $100. And I got my $100. Yeah, that was my problem, Fred. Yeah, bored with life. What you doing, hon? You want to go pee-pees? Yeah, that's right, MJ. I just talked to the old lady that, she's not an old lady, but I mean, she's a little bit old, but she retired. She was a hospital CFO. She used to be the head of our association. She really ruled this place with an iron fist. But I've lived in enough places. That's what you need. It's a pain in the ass. If you left your garbage can out here after the day it was picked up, she'd be all over your ass. And she was really good at like being diplomatic. And the place was a lot nicer. With this new regime, man, these people are like letting this place go. The landscaping sucks. These bushes are overgrown. Yeah, Daisy does love her home big time, yeah. She loves going to bed. Yep. She lives to go to bed at night. I think that's because, she's been here for a long time. And nothing's ever happened. So she falls into a deep sleep. She's not on the guard dog mode all the time. Nobody ever has come in or. Yeah, you're right. Yep. They're convicting more and more people now without the body, though. Before you used to have the body. Now they get them all the time. And they never find the body. It's crazy. Good night, Christine. You have a good night. Yeah, it feels really secure. Yep. She's a good dog. Now, a lady was telling me today when I was swimming her, she said that she'd had Lopso-Opsos, which maybe Daisy is part her Shih Tzu. She had Shih Tzus. And she said to me that her Shih Tzus were a lot bigger than Daisy. And I thought, God, that doesn't sound right. Because, I was trying to figure out what Daisy was. So I went back and looked. It shows the top end of Shih Tzus to be 16 to 18 pounds. Daisy's like 29 pounds, which is why I think she's mixed with something. But does anybody out there know anything about Shih Tzus? I've never seen any Shih Tzu that Daisy size. Have you? Have a good night, Christine. No, I'm up in West Branch. Yeah, but I mean, Daisy's like a stocky. Here, their dog's barking. See that little chihuahua when I was leaving the casino? Did I tell you what happened to me in that casino in Traverse City the other day? So get this. So, I kind of planned my day because it was kind of warm out, but I've had dogs my whole life. There has never even been a close incident of me abusing a dog. I'm not stupid. And there have been times that I wanted to do things that I didn't do because it was hot out and I wasn't going to leave my dog there no matter what. So it cooled down. What pisses me off is I actually drug my feet to gamble there after the sun went down. When it gets low on the horizon and there's trees around. So it worked out perfect. I, spent time, drug my feet. Like I was going to do new, spend $100. So I park way out in the lot. I back in and there's trees. I got all the windows down. It was 76 degrees and a full bowl of water with Daisy. It's like perfect. She, her hair's short all the time. So I start gambling. Before you know it, I see the security guard, like walking around. I think, well, now what? You know what I mean? And then he kind of took off, and for about 5 more minutes went by, and another security guard came up. He said, "Question." I said, "Yeah, what's that?" He said, "Do you have a dog in a van?" I said, "Yeah, I do. I do have one." He said, "Well, we don't allow dogs unattended in any vehicle." Well, I understand that under the right conditions, but actually when I went out there, Daisy was sleeping on the dash, right? So I went on the website, nothing. I went, there's no sign in the parking lot. And it pissed me off because, I plan my day there, right? There's nothing inherently wrong about a dog under the right conditions being in a van. So I called, they never returned my phone call. So I end up calling security. And I get this dumbass on the line. It's like, hey, I was in there and you guys asked me to leave. Why? He said, now if he'd have said something to me like, we have zero tolerance, we really love animals, I could live with that. But he didn't. You know what he said to me? He said they consider that animal abuse. It's like animal abuse. Why don't you go out there? It's shady. There's a bowl of water. All the windows are open. I even had the back hatch open. It was perfect. And I had been up there that day doing things all day. I do this all the time wherever I go, unless it's too hot. He said, no, we consider it animal abuse. So I called the next day, left 2 messages. They never called me back. You couldn't give me $1 million to go in that place. There's something wrong with these people. They're so stupid, they don't even know when to differentiate between when there's a situation that can be dangerous and when there isn't. No, it's not. I did do the dog DNA. I was going to do it. And when you research those and you go look at them, even the best ones out there, they're just not that accurate. I mean, there's like an 81% success rate. And if you read the people that thought they got ripped off in the comments, they're sending them back results. And they know for sure that isn't what the dog is. So when I went through them, what the hell good is a DNA test if you're off that much? Yeah, that's what I do. I mean, I'm not stupid, but yeah, no unattended pets left in the parking lot. They consider it animal abuse. What an idiot. No kidding, Faye. Seriously, huh? Yeah, they said that somebody had to be with the pet at all times. Like, you people are so damn stupid. You can't differentiate. Are you going to, like, not allow people to swim in the pool because a kid drowned 3,000 miles from here one time? I mean, there's no logic to it. But the thing that pissed me off about it was that I went out of my way to get there at that time, and they could have gave 2 shits. Not only was there nothing going on with regard to danger to Daisy, they inconvenienced the shit out of me when they were super rude about it when I questioned them. So screw that place. They've got a marketing representative for them now that's going to work for free. No kidding, Faye. I was up at that Ho Chunk one time, like 20 years ago. And at the time, I was living in Chicago, but I still had my driver's license at my Florida house. So I end up winning $2,200 on a slot machine. And I go to collect. It's like, can we see your license? Like, yeah. It's like, this license is expired. It's like, yeah, I just haven't been able to get down to Florida. At the time, I didn't know what I was going to do, and it was just so much easier to renew it in Florida. And they said, well, we can't pay your jackpot. It's like, what the hell you mean you can't pay me my jackpot? It's like, no, it's a policy of ours to not pay jackpots with current ID. I said, well, you didn't have any problem with me coming in and losing my goddamn ass, though, did you? It's like, well, that's different. That's not a jackpot. So you had a year to collect this jackpot, and sure enough, I didn't get up there that often. And I ended up making a special trip, like with 1 week to go, to get my jackpot because I had been down to Florida and renewed my license. But yeah, they do some really crappy, shitty things that don't make any sense. No kidding, Faye. State and the worst drivers. I think it boils down to traffic. And it's not necessarily drivers. It's the configuration of congestion at certain times. Cincinnati's a bitch. Birmingham, Alabama's crazy. Atlanta, Georgia's nuts. Chicago's crazy. LA is crazy. So it's basically the environment as opposed to the driver. But you get around those places during rush hour and you want to commit hara-kiri. Yeah, I would too. I'm the same way too. Well, they've got laws, thank God, in places like Florida, where there's some dumbass that is high or drunk, and before you know it, you just happen to see a dog that looks like it's going to die, and the windows are rolled up, and the car's not running. You're allowed to smash the window to let the dog out. But that scenario that happened to me the other day was absolute nonsense. Yeah, I couldn't believe it, man, that they were, it just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, crazy. Well, I think I'm going to go in and eat one of my hamburgers that I cooked earlier. Maybe read a little bit. I'm feeling better and better and better. Luckily, it doesn't look like this was, going to last. Like some people told me they were sick for a week. And I was sicker than hell yesterday. I'm not kidding you. All I could think is this is what it must feel like when you have cancer, AIDS, or something. Everything aches. You just feel like something's really wrong. Yeah, 5 days, yeah. So I'm doing pretty good for considering I got this yesterday at 2:30. Yeah, no one has rights. It's stupid. I just don't get it, man. It's stupid, this goddamn rule. First, it is. Now, here's the thing. It is private property, and if that's the way they feel, they can come up to you and say, "Hey, I don't like the colored tennis shoes you have. We don't want you coming back." It's called trespassing in Michigan. Once you're put on notice, you go there again. Next time the cop comes out, you're getting charged with a misdemeanor. You've been put on notice. Oh, thank you, Frisky. Yeah, right, Michelle. Yeah, that's true. No, it's just over stupid stuff like this, But I just think that's the dumbest policy. If you're so worried about this, why don't you put it on your website? And why isn't there a sign when you pull into the only entrance off the road? No cars left unoccupied with pets. I wouldn't even bothered. Oh, okay, David. Okay. Crazy. Well, you guys have a good night tonight. I'll probably I got this huge, super long sunset video uploading. It should be coming up. It's like a 5-hour upload. Well, yeah, I got over at GH, yeah. All right, good night, Norma. Yeah, you too, Alethea. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. You ready to go Betty bye? You ready to go Betty bye? Wow, that you do, huh? Wow. All right, have a good night, you guys. See ya. See you, Frisky. See you, GH, Michelle. Oh, good for you. No, I know, Michelle. It's crazy. Well, just like somebody said on a chat tonight that during the pandemic, restaurants were closed, but topless bars were open, and you could get a lap dance. Thank you, Penny. Yeah, see you, Fred. See you, Renee. You couldn't get a haircut, but you could get a lap dance from a stripper. Will you explain that to me? All right, hon. We're going to go to Betty. We're going to Betty, honey. Yeah, see you, Jeremy. You want to go Betty, honey? Let's go. Let's go Betty. Easy wants to go to bed. All right, see you, guy. Church with no panties. Nighty-night. Priorities, you're right. Nighty-night. You ready to go Betty, hon?